Chirs.
It will always be you and I.
You and Mariska were just sitting courtside this weekend at a Knicks game. Your wife was there as well. People just love your real friendship so much. Like, they love the characters, and then they love how much it's not fake. It's real. You guys love each other as friends,
real.
too. So, does it even feel like work when you're filming together with her?
No, it's a breath of fresh air because, we don't have to mess around. We can just look each other dead in the eye and, figure out the scene, give suggestions. It's two old friends working, as we've always worked, to try and make that thing better.
And you work hard, and then you get to play hard. The Knicks game was fun, I assume?
Of course.
They didn't win, but
That was tough.
it's a tough loss.
The game was difficult. The time was awesome.
Chris and Mariska sure know how to get Benzler fans all riled up. From holding hands courtside to the new season of Law and Order Organized Crime, teasing a moment 2 years in the making as they reunite on screen.
Elliot.
Stabler, battered and bruised after a violent car crash. Benson, bedside, tenderly holding his hand in the crossover episode written by Chris himself.
Now, fans still hope that Elliot and Olivia will become a couple. We know that, she appears in this new season. How do you describe the characters' relationship at this point? There's so much history.
How would I describe it? Complicated, so many hits and misses. People who can't find their way towards each other because of some drive of their professional life. I mean, where you find Benson, she's now a captain. I mean, and I've lost my wife, but I think he still carries some residual remnants of that through his Catholic lens. He still has a commitment to her. It's complicated.
Last time we saw this roller coaster pair, they brushed off a very awkward almost kiss.
Elliot, I want to, but I can't.
Why not?
Because what if it doesn't work out?
And what if things work out?
And is there more where that came from? The co-stars were also spotted on the set of SVU last month, walking arm in arm in New York City. But first, it's the new season of Organized Crime. The first 2 episodes drop Thursday on Peacock.
All right, Organized Crime. It is making the move from NBC to Peacock. I am very excited about this because what are you able to get away with on a streaming network that you could never get away with on regular television?
Well, I can't itemize each and every one, but you do get a little more elbow room in what you feel you can put down on the page, and then what you feel you can show. It's you get a little expansion of human behavior and circumstances. So it's more than just curse words.
I was gonna say though, that is kind of exciting, having some curse words, just feeling darker. Sometimes it feels more real when you can.
Well, yeah, as long as it's used judiciously. When it's used in, look, I'm a potty mouth when the circumstances,
Call for it.
I do want to say call for it, but my wife would go, it didn't call for it. You just, you lost it. And I was like, okay, right, you're right.
I need you to go undercover.
I'll do what needs to be done.
You created this character 26 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. How do you keep the character interesting, not just for the audience, but new and fresh for yourself as an actor?
Well, because I think it's like life. Like me as Meloni, I still find life endlessly fascinating. I am not happy with my faults or my lesser self, and so you try to find a better space and place for yourself. You're constantly attempting to grow, evolve, progress, and you have obstacles in your way, and just Stabler has the benefit of, well, it's drama, so you put a little bigger obstacles in his way. So it's an ever-evolving life that you invite people in to watch his evolution.
it's just so exciting that we're getting recognized this early. I thought, maybe next year or something when it would sort of catch on, but it's really exciting to know that we're on the radar.
I'm not going to let it go to our heads.
E.T. has been on the set with both detectives since 1999. Cut to now, Chris's secret for staying in tip-top shape at 64?
Chris, they're ready for you on set.
Now, this series requires a lot of action, but you have not slowed down at all. What is your favorite workout these days? What is the number one go-to move?
Well, right now, so I was talking to someone about this. They say if you're invested, the older you get, you should just kind of change the balance. Less risk, safer investments. And that's kind of what my workouts are now, which is, where it used to be, heavy weights, hypertrophy training, a little bit of cardio, and, a little bit of just stretching so you don't tear anything. Now it's mobility, stretching, and then it's just hard compound like a squat or a deadlift, something to let the body know that you're still young enough to pull a little bit of weight, and then some cardio.
Let's talk about what does a Meloni meal consist of, and if you have a cheat day, what's the snack you reach for?
Meloni meal is a ground turkey with certain spices, Worcestershire sauce, and all that stuff, with a little bit of brown rice and some spinach. So,
cheat day? Is there a cheat day for Meloni ever?
Yeah, but that's whatever's in front of me and whether I can defend it, which is, if you had a sausage and pepper hero Tuesday, you can't have that slice of pizza on Wednesday.
This summer is your 30th wedding anniversary with your wife.
Yes.
In July. She was at the Knicks game, as I mentioned. So how do you plan to celebrate this, and what do you think is the secret to this marriage? Because 30 years in Hollywood, we're talking like 100 years, basically. That's a story.
Dog years.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I was researching a trip to take her on, but then circumstances moved us towards a possible Meloni reunion in the Caribbean. So my wife will be surrounded by a bunch of Melonis, and I know she's thrilled.
Who would it be?
Who wouldn't be? If one Meloni was not enough, can you imagine 15? Yeah, but we will celebrate. I got her covered.
Is there a secret though to this, or is it just you found the right one? You got lucky.
You know what they say when they say, it's work. It's the work of a marriage is subtle, it's constant, it's sometimes imperceptible, but it's this sense of checking in with someone and feeling them and seeing them and acknowledging them and having patience with them, and it's I think it's a journey of growth, if that's what it's about.